Hey guys, it's Ralle here and welcome to episode 9 of Let's FIFA 17. And in the last episode we reached the final of the draft, and that is exactly what we're going to start this episode off with. Now, if you remember the last episode, my footage from the Elgato was sort of messed up when I recorded my draft run, and the same thing applies for the final. Here you see there's some jittery footage, so what I decided to do was to grab the footage from stream. The quality is going to be a little bit lower, but at least you'll be able to see all of the gameplay. So this was the squad I was up against, 5 at the back, counter-attacking squad. And as you can see here, the quality of the footage a little bit lower, but it is definitely watchable compared to the Elgato footage. So in this match, I struggled against the 5 at the back. I created nothing in the first half. My opponent had 2 very big chances, but luckily I didn't concede. And into the second half, I brought Di Maria onto the pitch, and that was a good decision because he would win me a penalty right from the start of the second half, and Ronaldo would score that, and that was completely undeserved that I went into the lead because that was pretty much my first chance of the match. And fair enough, my opponent got a goal back. Lovely finesse shot from Messi there, and he brought it even. And after that, not much happened in the second half, and we went into extra time. And I would actually end up playing well in extra time. Ronaldo with the shot, and El Shaarawy on the rebound there to make it a 2-1 for us. And a little bit later into extra time, is Konoplyanka on the ball here, and he would win us yet another penalty in this match. And Ronaldo would step up with that with a powerful penalty down the middle, and we made it 3-1. And that was the end of the draft. We won it all, and I was pretty happy about that. There was some tough games in between, but we made it to the final, won it, and got a players pack and a mega pack. And yeah, this is the... I decided to show these packs from the Elgato view just to get the good quality, but as you can see, it is somewhat jittery. But this is the last footage where it's sort of messed up. The rest of this episode and going onwards, there will hopefully be no more of this stuff. But yeah, we didn't really get the best of players. No one we really could sell for a huge amount, but we got a bunch of different items that we could sell on for a little bit and make some coins. And we also got Snyder, which is quite good for one of the squad building challenges where you need loyalty and high rated players. So I decided to keep him in my club. And apart from that, they released the marquee matchups, and I thought, let's complete those because you get some player packs and some stuff. And the first one was to build a Saudi Arabian and Australian squad, and Australian players were just way more expensive than the Saudi Arabian players, so I just picked up a bunch of Saudi Arabian players pretty much for 150, 200 coins each. Very, very cheap. Next up, it was the Italy versus Spain squad building challenge. I used some of my Serie A players, which I've been using in the divisions, which had their contracts running out. Then I used some random Spanish players I'd gotten from packs, and I used my goalkeeper as well into the side, which I used in my Serie A squad because I thought, well, we can buy a better goalkeeper probably at this stage. Next up, we had the Uruguayan Colombian challenge, and I just went with the Colombian players because they went for like 150, 200 coins, and then I threw in some random gold players I had laying around to fulfill the requirements for that challenge. And finally, we have the Netherlands versus France challenge, and here I had to buy a couple of players. I went out and I picked up Silesen. I had De Vrij, so I just used him, and then I got some cheap French players, and then put in some random players I had laying around as well to complete this challenge and complete the full group of challenges. So basically I got like 5-6 packs and some coins for completing all of those, and it didn't cost me too much to complete them. And of course I make my coins back and a little bit of profit by selling on the items I get from the packs. The first pack, it's a bronze pack, and there's not really anything good in those. Maybe you can get lucky and get some players from the squad that can be used in the squad building challenges, and you can sell them on, but I didn't really get anything outstanding, to be fair. So yeah, I just went quickly through those, and then I went on to the bit more exciting packs. First off, just a regular gold pack, and not really going to expect too much from that. But we get Mendy, he will of course sell on. He's a Premier League player, and French players goes for a fair bit. I also got a Colombian and an Italian, which also would sell for a little bit due to the squad building challenges. Then we got Kalou, and a player that might be used in the squad building challenge later on. You got that, what's called Nations League of Nations hybrid. Like, there's pretty good to have some high-rated loyalty players, so I kept Kalou at least. And next up, we got a pretty decent player. We got Firmino, and he will sell for at least a couple of thousand coins. And we also got a 5-star skiller in D'Alessandro, so a pretty decent pack, this one, giving me pretty much my coins back I spent on doing the whole squad building challenge group, the marquee matchups, and just make my coins back by just getting Firmino. So that was pretty nice. Then I got Kuf in the final pack, and apart from that, not really anything too useful. And after that, I sold on all the different stuff I got from the packs, and also did a little bit of trading with some Matthews, with some Premier League players, and with some Juventus and Italian players. And I got 157,000 coins, and then I'd probably spend around, I don't know, 15,000 coins on top of this to complete the Juventus squad building challenge and the Italian squad building challenge. So here I just put in some of the players I had running out of contracts, and picked up some random cheap Serie A and Italian players to complete these and such, that I would get a couple more packs to open up and see if I can get some more luck. So we got a Serie A premium gold players pack. Definitely not too bad, getting 3 rare players from Serie A and just a bunch of players that can sell on because, well, people are doing the squad building challenges, so these guys will sell on. And then I got Medel, a very good player to put into my Serie A squad because I basically used my midfielders without contracts for the squad building challenges. So I was missing midfielders, and getting Medel was pretty sweet. And next pack, didn't really get anything too amazing, but Danny I could replace with the Danny I had in my club because I thought, you know what, another player with loyalty that I might be able to use. And apart from that, I decided it was time to play some matches, but I couldn't quite do that because I've been using some of my players from my squads in squad building challenges, so my squads weren't complete actually. So what I did was that I went out and picked up a couple of players for my Serie A squad, which now looks like this. Handanovic in the net, and we got Rudiger and Florenzi into the side as well as Medel. So the Serie A squad is starting to look pretty strong in my opinion. And we jumped into the first match of Division 8, facing a pretty nice hybrid squad in my opinion. He got some Bundesliga, Serie A and La Liga going there, and I didn't get a good start. I was struggling here, stuff just not working out, didn't get my tackles in, but good save from Handanovic there. And this match was pretty similar to my final in the draft. I was not controlling anything in the first half. Nothing worked for me until he got a corner here and he was sent it into the box. Handanovic doing very well in this match, and now look at this launch of a kick, just kicking it all the way through. I tried to find Jovetic, didn't quite work out, but he would launch it forward. I'd pick the ball up here, Parolo onto El Shawi, and he would play it up to Jovetic, Cuadrado making the run, and he rushed his keeper slightly off his line, and finally we have the first chip of the series. That was something that was not very easy to do last year, but 2 years ago you could chip a lot, and you can do that again this year. So I was quite happy about scoring that lovely little chip, and I got my play going after that. I needed Jovetic to play it on through to Hernandez, and I couldn't help but laugh when this happened. My opponent somehow scoring an own goal, and that would pretty much end off the game. I wanted 2-0, got my first 3 points of Division 8, and that is pretty much going to be where we end off this episode of Let's FIFA 17. We got a very strong Serie A squad. When we start out the next episode, we will be playing a little bit more with our sort of hybrid skill squad. We'll be testing out that wants to watch Giuliano card, who's now 83 rated. We'll test that out right from the start of the next episode. But for now, this is going to be the end, and I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.